Hello and welcome, guys. What's up? Welcome to VK Punk Wrestling, your new and soon to be recognized as top source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. Please give this video a thumbs up and show your support by spearing that subscribe button. Then also splash that bell icon so you're aware of when every video goes live. I am your host, Vin C Punk, and I'm here with your midweek news videos and some opinions on WWE headlines. VK Punk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. We're gonna have to acknowledge our VK Punk Wrestling champ, AK Havoc, but that's all we're gonna say about that today. It should have been me. And also, before we get started on today's video, we're gonna have to give a shout out to our amazing sponsor, Capco Championship Belts. They make some amazing replica titles, real leather, floppy stuff, man. It's good stuff. But it's not only titles they make hats, shirts, vests. He did this vest for me. Um, Jackets, gloves, and masks. Even like cool items like a Macho Man crown from when he won King of the Ring, or Roman Reigns' boots. Capco makes the best products around. I have purchased so many pieces myself. Uh, as I have shown you along our journey since our channel started, you could see all their products by going to their website, www.capcointernational.com. Their Facebook and email are on the screen, the credit screen to this very video. So now we are going to get on to our headlines. Let's start off with some lovely news. TMZ Sports reports that Miro Rusev has renewed his wedding vows with his wife, CJ Perry, also known as Lana. They were back together. They are back together after a split that was towards the end of 2023, where they were separated but never legally divorced. The source cites the couple as saying they started talking again in June 2024 when Miro returned from his home country in Bulgaria. They originally got married in 2016, where they both working in WWE as a pairing. Rusev did, however, sign with AEW, and Lana followed. Both are no longer under contract with that company. There is some news about Rusev maybe coming back to WWE, but I don't have any confirmation on that yet. In NXT news, Roadblock was Tuesday night and saw some amazing action. The night ended with Stephanie Vacour beating the reigning NXT champ Julia to become a double NXT champ, now holding Julia's title and her own NXT Women's North American title that she already had going into this match. Both titles were on the line. This has been reported on that it's because Julia is banged up and it needs a little bit of time off to rehab those injuries. Both entered NXT around the same time as the two hottest free agents in the world. Both shot to the top and got titles quickly. It's a shame that Julia needs some time off because she is going places, and this stops all of her hot momentum that she's had. But congrats to Stephanie Vacour, who is equally as capable of holding the top spot. This match actually saw Booker T get crowd chants of his name after seeing the wild-eyed and visibly struck reaction he had to the rear leg triangle head slams that Stephanie gave to Julia. If you haven't seen this clip yet, go watch. It's caused quite the stir on social media. Um, back to WWE, some superstars have undergone name changes on the WWE roster page in the last pretty much for most of this week. Mostly people who had add-on titles to their names. Seth no longer freaking Rollins. Dom Mysterio is no longer dirty, and Bronson Reed is no longer big. I guess this is gonna stop being a thing in the WWE, opted for more direct names for their superstar. Most of these had come from the regime of Vince McMahon and just never really evolved since then. Dom was given the name Dirty during the feud with his own father by the Senior Mysterio, but I guess Trips or The Rock is ready for these names to go away and just have them go by their actual name only. Not that bad if you ask me. I thought some of them were rather dumb. I thought Vince went on a trip back then and he just started doing this. I was worried we were going to get more of these, like Rhea would have been Rhea Bloody Ripley eventually. There's always a possibilities that these are not the end of the name changes on the roster. A quick note that Typhoon has confirmed that the natural disasters will be going into the Hall of Fame this year. Congrats to him and Earthquake. So controversy on AEW Revolution has mired the sheets since Sunday and the event itself. Damaris Lewis, who is a star in the new movie Queen of the Ring, had an interview in the crowd during Sunday's Revolution event, and she said into a hot mic, "One thing I learned about pro wrestlers, you know who's going to win before anyone else does. So thank you for teaching me that." Kind of exposing the business on live TV. I mean, it was a pay-per-view event and not a network show, but still, this came from Shivani asking her a direct question on what she learned about wrestling in the making of the film. Her response has angered people all over. And right in the middle of a wrestling show at that, like I said, it was a large pay per view event, and you're like, that's not what people paid to see. This is not what wrestling fans wanted to see at all in the middle of a pay per view. An event where they have paid money to suspend their disbelief and get involved in a show where we all know that these are, the secrets of the trade, anyhow. But saying it out loud to a crowd and a worldwide audience is just not what you do. This wasn't some outside reporter doing a private interview for a magazine or something. She said this live during a wrestling show. Plenty of reasons to not like this woman and for the heat that she has from the wrestling community. SRS from Fightful Select says there were audible groans backstage during the line. You can see she had no idea what she had done. This muggle comes in and she just shares something that she had learned and doesn't even know she's exposing something that is in kayfabe, though. Probably still doesn't even know what kayfabe is, to be honest with you. This is a serious knock at the producers or the directors of AEW who had not prepped this woman and or told her what she should or shouldn't say on air. She definitely should have had more prep for this. She should have been more aware of. I'm sorry. This kind of bothers me because it's really not this lady's fault. Tony Khan or any of the directors or producers should have prepped this lady and told her what was going on and told her that, hey, it's not okay to reveal any secrets live on air or anything like that. Um, and some other wrestling rumor mill stuff. AEW Swerve Strickland and Mercedes Moné, formerly Sasha Banks in WWE, have been getting some attention on social media for the possibility that they are romantically involved, allegedly, or maybe just a casual thing, allegedly. Uh, Both are at the top of the card in AEW, where Mercedes is a current champion, as well as in a few other promotions she holds their title. Swerve is a former world champ in AEW. This whole story is coming after a backstage picture was posted to Monet's social media that recreated a picture of Willow and Jaden Smith from the Grammys. Monet is wearing a house on her head and quotes Swerve little whose house catchphrase in the post. This has caused speculation from a lot of people online saying they are in a relationship or at least having a casual relationship, to put things lighter than how it's being told online. Uh, but the photo they recreated was of siblings. So does that say that they aren't involved in another way other than like a sibling type of relationship? Swerve did take Monet to the Super Bowl this year, and that's quite an expensive present. So isn't he getting more from the CEO that makes him spend his Monet? Who's to say? But it's fun to talk about. So a little bit into some poetic justice, or just poetry in general here in wrestling, and how it can play across promotion. Um, the Shield was a dominant faction that included Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose, the now John Moxley in AEW. This Sunday and Monday, all three of these superstars had an appearance on their respective promotions program. Mox during Revolution in a match with the former Edge Cope, and Seth Rollins had a match with CM Punk where at the end we saw Roman get involved and attack both members of that match. Um, all three of these Shield member alums used the Seth Rollins stomp spot in their segment. Mox on Cope, Rollins to Punk, and finally Roman to Seth. Uh, Making it that all three of them use that move respectively and across promotions in a 24-hour span. This is pretty cool because all these guys are at the top of their respective division. And seeing something like this lets you know that things are still well between old friends and that they actually get stuff and shout at each other. It's cool to see. So some of the storylines and action are continuing on social media. Back to WWE news with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley furthering their story on X with some pretty live tweets at each other. Things are hitting up in this angle, and this is how we get Rhea involved in this Mania match. This started on X when BB made a post that said, "I'm going through real life stuff right now, and you want to throw that in my face at Rhea." She continues by adding EO, saying EO slapped me so hard she knocked some of the tears off my jacket. Talking about the little stone rhinestone thing she had on her attire. With an angry emoji, then says, "I didn't even mean to disrespect you like that, but GD, I got caught in my emotions." Then with the facepalm emoji, and keep finding myself, and followed by a turd emoji. Rhea, of course, not one to just not acknowledge it, responded with a post of her own on X, quoting, "Caught in your emotions," from Belair's tweet, then saying, "Acting like you're the only one to have ever gone through real life stuff," then ends with emotions being the reasons I continually lash out also. But no one cares about emotions when it's mine. No one understands the constant ongoing war that is going on in my head. Double standards. This, of course, led to the EST responding to Rhea saying, "The difference between you and I, dot, dot, dot. I'd be over here just trying to do my job and minding my own expletive emoji business. It's like y'all want me to crash out." And of course, this has just jumped, and Rhea said, "Just minding your business and doing your job would have meant you patiently sitting backstage and waiting to see who your WrestleMania opponent would be. After that, then you could have gotten your wanted TV time to confront them. You know what that meant to me, and you still did what you wanted. Guess you really are a bad friend, or should I say, a selfish bitch." Of course, this back and forth keeps going. Bianca posted yet another response saying, "A bad friend, question mark? Phew, I'm trying to be nice, but you keep going. Okay, I was out there because I won the Elimination Chamber. Why were you there Monday? Crickets? Oh, because I thought an Elimination Chamber winner or champion said something. Again, why am I arguing with you?" And then she adds EO Sky and says, "Please tweet me so I can at least argue with the champ." This actually gets EO to chime in and says, "Dear my friends, put down your phones, or put down the phones in your hands. I don't want to slap you guys anymore," where she adds Rhea and Bianca. Uh, I think taking the story to these type of lengths to keep it going is a good way to promote the match and the story. People are definitely not getting the amount of time they need on TV to like really tell these stories. So this is a good way to kind of extend it and make it more uh time constrictive, because they could do this all day. Uh we're definitely going to get a triple threat out of this match. It's like unofficially confirmed, I guess, but it's definitely going to be all three of these together. they probably would not be allowed to do it what they're doing if it wasn't heading in that direction. To seem like they are building for something that just isn't gonna take place. WrestleMania is almost certainly going to be these three women in a match together. I am all for this, but it doesn't make me certain of who comes out of the situation with the championship title. I love Io and I love Rhea. I would be happy to see either of them get a run with the belt following the shows, but it's also been a while since Bianca has been champ. There's a lot to speculate here, all depending on who wins at Mania. But there's no need to speculate on all of that until it happens. We could just we could just run with it from there. Looking forward to the building of this match, considering they're doing so much of it off of uh, the TV. So I'm really looking forward to see where this is going to go because the payoff at Mania, it's going to be amazing. Hey, I think I got one more story for you. In some crazier kind of exciting news, CM Punk and Dominic Mysterio have a social media beef brewing in reference to a previous social media beef. The history of these two goes back a long way. When Punk was feuding with the senior Mysterio in 2010, he kind of healed it up to the whole Mysterio family in the ring one time and sang happy birthday to Aaliyah. He wished Aaliyah happy birthday again on his Instagram page with the message saying happy birthday, little sis. And then another photo of just Dom zoomed in, uh, like the same photo, but then just Dom cropped out and zoomed in with the title "Little Bitch" on it. Dom responded by posting a zoomed in on Punk from once again a cropped out Punk from that same original photo, and it said "washed up old" on it, expletive. Uh, so when CM Punk came back to WWE this last time, he had his first match at a house show against Dom. Is this leading to something further down the line, or will this be like a CM Punk side quest along his road to WrestleMania? We shall see. It is fun to talk about, though. Well, that is all I got for you today. It's been a slow news week for WWE with Revolution being Sunday and a lot of news relating to AEW since then. WWE are just basically pushing the same stories that they were pushing last week, and very few of them got any significant progress since then. Not many backstage stories to really go on this week. Of course, as we get close to WrestleMania, um, there probably will start being less and less backstage leaks because people really want the show to be surprising. So we probably won't hear anything probably until after Mania about the things that took place before Mania. Seen as the headline still, which is almost 2 weeks old now, not very great, but him and Travis Scott are still in the news a lot. Hopefully we'll get some more stories that are more thick when we see you next time. Might take tomorrow away from the camera. I gotta work my real job here in Southwest Florida, and I got an appointment. Tomorrow I probably have a long day as well because I have to break my work day in half to go do a little picnic at my son's school. Um, and I have to go back to work after that. Um, and it's SmackDown. I probably will not be able to get a preview video out tomorrow, but of course I will have my review video out on Saturday. Um, and actually, yeah, I could probably put a review video out on Saturday because there is a lot of stuff going on in my life, guys. That's why it's so hard. I say all this stuff about how much I put into this channel because there's a lot more than that going on for me. I'm remodeling a part of my house. I have my other business to run, and I'm trying to do this on a full time basis, which is a little hard. So you won't see me till either probably Saturday or Sunday. Um, but for VK Punk Wrestling, I am Vin C Punk. I just want to give everyone some positive energy today. Hopefully, everyone is feeling great and amazing. But if you're not, that's okay too. It's okay to have bad days, and tomorrow's a new day. Just keep on doing your best and making it through. And in case you haven't heard it lately, you are special and unique. You are an awesome person, and you deserve all the happiness you want. And I, for one, hope you get it. Hope everyone has an amazing day and night. Chin up, tits out, and deuces, oozes. See you next time here on VK Punk Wrestling. We the ones for wrestling content.